That's what production gets paid for.
Live from high atop Scott Social Media Studios in the heart of the Cedar City, just outside of America's Music City. This is SEC Football Review with your hosts, Jared Scott and Michael Clay. Michael, take it away.
All right. Show number 8. How about that? 8 shows we've done. I'm having a good time. I enjoy it.
Man, am I ever too. I just really, it's a lot of fun doing this with you. And
SEC's not letting us down. The games.
Oh, how exciting.
It's fun, yeah. This week's been busy. This is a Wednesday. Let everybody know we may look a little weird if you're watching it live.
It is Halloween.
Yeah, so we usually do Thursday. We moved it a day up. It's Wednesday, day before Halloween, but it didn't stop us from dressing up.
Michael, I don't know how you talked me into dressing up as Scooby-Doo.
I don't know, but it's awesome, man. I don't know if I'll be able to talk to you with a straight face, though.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to have some more of my On the Rocks that the wifey got me.
Well, it's your treat. Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Yeah. It's been a good week. Like I said, busy. SEC football's been fun. I am happy to announce that Jonathan Towns, if you watched last week, you guys made a bet on air. He chatted in the chat live, and he owes you a pizza.
He does. House calls pizza, though. I thought that voided out the...
Well, he's probably going to use that. I don't know if he's going to be able to listen tonight. He said his boy was going to watch, Ellis. So, hey, Ellis.
Hey, Ellis.
Yeah, so he owes... We'll call it Ziggy's Pizza because that's what it is.
Ziggy's. They need to bring back house calls, man. That was that was good stuff.
And we don't owe anybody salt because in the picks we had a lot of 6 including us.
That's right. That's
a lot
right.
of participation.
So I don't know if we're on the right camera or not, but
camera 3. I don't know. It'll get there.
It'll get there. We got the results back behind us. The prediction results behind us.
Yeah.
You want to tell the good news about me? How much of a bad mamma jamma I am?
Yeah, and you have the right to have that attitude.
That's right.
That's right. You went 5-1. Yeah, 5-1 this week, which is good. Oh,
the audience like that.
Audience.
Yeah, they like that one.
That 5-1, I got a call from the Nevada State Gambling Commission. It said you're not allowed in the state, much less
no
Las
visits to Vegas.
Yeah,
no visits to Vegas.
We can't afford Jared. 5-1. Towns went 4-2. Guru.
Are we on the? Guru. Yeah, Tom's the guru.
See if you can switch it on camera 3.
Let's see here.
Producer man.
Guru
3-3. Tom Luck. He's called in a couple. Well, he sat in for me when I was on vacation. There you go.
Mike's kind of in the way between the unknown. We got an
I
unknown.
Went 3-3. Vegas still doesn't want me out there. 50%. Unknown. Don't know who you are, but good job.
When you fill out the survey, put something on there so we know who you are.
We'll promote you if you do good or make fun of you if, I don't know if you noticed before the camera switched, we had a special guest picker all the way from the North Pole.
Santa picked in the last one. Hey, jingle jangle.
And Jared, to be truly honest with everybody, we have no idea who that is.
No idea.
I have one guess.
This is why we don't give out the phone number.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a guess.
We have 100 did we have 100 yet? Have we had 100 viewers yet? I think we got 105 this last show.
No, it jumped up to 127.
Whoa!
Triple digits, Jack.
Whoa! We're gonna make a penny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but that's exciting. We're just doing this for fun, trying to see how many people will tune in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if I had a guess, I do know a guy who actually is an older fella that is a Santa on the side. He looks like Santa in Christmas time.
Oh, that's what he does.
Yeah. That would be my only guess. I don't know that it's him.
You trimmed your beard back. You don't look like Santa anymore.
No, yeah.
It's your caddy look.
Yeah, this is my caddy look.
Yeah, everybody, I don't know if you noticed, Michael's got his full caddy outfit on.
Yeah, look at there.
What's that? What golf course is it there?
That's Clay Hills.
Clay Hills, yeah. Clay Hills Golf Course.
Very, very private course.
Is that your backyard, Michael?
Yeah, it is. It's that number is Moxie's number. So this is my caddy costume outfit, courtesy of Caddy Uniform. Shout out to him.
Oh, wow.
Justin Pillmore. I met him when I was caddying for Nate out in Arizona for the Waste Management Pro-Am, and this is who hooked me up with this. So if you can have this uniform, caddyuniform.com. This is a free advertisement
Free
for him.
promo for him.
Yeah. But no, he hooked me up. Good dude.
He's a good man.
Yeah,
Good man.
yeah.
It's a good looking outfit.
Yeah, so
And that's one of those Halloween outfits you think, I'd like to wear that Halloween outfit every day.
yeah, I might wear this to the grocery store one day. It's fun just to wear. The hat and everything. I might carry clubs into the grocery store. But they have putter covers. He makes putter covers. You know,
a lot of custom
yeah,
golf stuff,
yeah.
huh?
So it's
And you're a big golf guy anyway. Didn't you go to the Masters or something?
yeah, practice round. 2 years in a row we got lucky to go.
I know you just leave this
for the
open, don't I?
practice
I'm
round.
having
Yeah.
lots of beverages.
Slow
This
down
is-
there, Bubba.
It's going to be a big night tonight, apparently.
I'll have to carry the show.
That's what happens when you get dressed up in a Scooby-Doo outfit.
Right roll, Jared.
Oh, I tried to find a boo sound. I'm gonna get you a boo sound eventually here.
Yes, I do need
So
a
you can boo me
sound,
over and over
for
again.
sure. Yeah, so we're dressed up. It's Halloween. We'll have a good week. No huge matchups, but
Yeah, no. We're just talking about this. No ranked versus ranked this week, so that's kind
Yeah.
of an unusual week. Of course, in the SEC, right? Because it
Yeah.
seemed like everybody and their brother's ranked.
I know it. But
Unlike
that
some
means
other
there could be
conferences.
some- yeah, that's right. There's
Like
one or
the,
two.
The all crap conference.
Oh,
Oh boy,
you were looking for that.
I was looking for that.
Sorry, our audience gets off to a slow start sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit slow. A little bit slow.
But yeah, I guess it's not SEC, but the big matchup of the week is, and it will have playoff national championship implications, is Ohio State, Penn State. I think it's a 3-4 matchup,
Oh, that's a big one.
and then Penn State's undefeated. So
Yeah, and I think we've got a visitor this week that's going to be reaching out and calling in
okay,
here
to talk a little bit.
talk a little bit about the SEC situation going into the playoffs, and that actually brings up. Are you ready to start talking ball?
Yeah, let's get in. Are we going to recap any of last week, or are we doing that first?
I was thinking that we would start with the survey first, and
Okay,
then then go down that direction. If that's okay with you, you tell me what you think. But,
Yeah. I mean, we're going to do the recap, right?
Yeah, we're going to do the
Okay.
recap. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So, so going back to conversations about survey, right? So when we talk about survey, be sure and fill it out, secfootballreview.com. This is what our link tree looks like. You just click this little button down here at the bottom, SEC Football Review Picks for 10:30. And the picks are a little bit different today in the fact that we've got two. It ain't like we got like a staff or anybody telling us what's going on.
Yeah, no, so
Oh, Ellis says, hey, this is Ellis. I've been listening.
awesome. Hey, Ellis.
Good to have you there, Ellis.
So yeah, go subscribe to it. We also are making, this is exciting too, we're starting to put together some shorts and clips to get out there to kind of,
Michael's
promote
becoming
us.
the shorts
yeah,
guru.
learning. That's right.
Bazinga.
Bazinga.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm learning that, putting
Or
some of
like
those
that
out.
I like turtles.
Yeah, that probably would have fit there.
favorite one.
You keep your hands off my buttons.
Come on now, Michael. I love your buttons.
Oh no, I meant to buzzer you. I would have booed you too. The price ain't right.
The price. But anyway,
yeah, that was a quick plug. Follow us.
Looking back at what's going on YouTube, right? So be sure to subscribe so that you get notified whenever we go live.
Yep, that's
And
right.
And looking at the survey, so when we talk about the survey, the changes we made this week, so in the past we've had, what was the most exciting game last week? We're going to go over those here in a minute. We're also going to do a quick little segment, though, starting to talk about who's most likely to make the playoffs. And we'll talk about that whenever we get our caller to call in here shortly.
All right. So, yeah.
So what's been going on with you since last week, Michael?
Oh, man.
I know people get on here to talk about football and listen to football, but you and I don't really get to catch up until we get here for the show.
I know. Well, and we'll go back and forth during the week with text or two or a call.
I don't think I go to any games? I didn't go to any games.
You were
didn't
home.
go to any
no,
games.
I softball in Cookeville. Also, I don't know if I told you this. I don't think I did. We played a tournament in Cookeville. I want to give a shout out to one of our girls. She got hurt. She actually was going to field a ball, got knocked out. She suffered a concussion, so praying for her still. She's doing better. She's going to be fine, but it was scary when it happened, so
concussions are bad, but then when you got young girls, that's really bad.
She's a tough girl, but it scares you. And they're all it's my daughter's team, but you get to know all of them. They're like your little buddies. You care about them. So it wasn't fun watching it happen. We called the ambulance because when she came to, she was complaining about her neck hurting. We were like, oh. And the way she kind of got hit and twisted, we don't want to mess with this. But luckily, we have a nurse, and then her mom is an X-ray technician, so they kind of took over.
That's good.
And, everything was good. She actually came back. We made it to the championship game, and the hospital was just down the road, and she actually got checked out and back just in time. We finished second, and they handed out medals or rings. Yep. And she came back and accepted it, and our team voted her MVP for the day. So it was real cool.
There you go.
Yeah, real cool. And actually, when our girls, too, sweet, they carried, because they left kind of in a hurry. Her bag was still in the dugout. We had to finish that game. It went to extra innings. We ended up losing 2-0. But then they carried her bag for the next two games and would put it in the dugout. So, it was cool. It's real cool. Just, we came up a little short. I thought that might be the rally cry we needed, but we ran out of gas.
Well, and Michael's got his little coach's trophy back behind us here, too, right? So
yeah, that's a little
And he brought us a pumpkin today.
Yeah, look.
Straight from Disney.
Oh, yeah. I took that out, and then I bought some. Look at them little pumpkins back there.
Oh, you went all in.
Yeah, you got it. Somebody's got a deck. That's our decorating crew. Shout out to them. We have a great decorating crew.
If it wasn't for you and the wife, I probably wouldn't be wearing a Scooby-Doo outfit right now.
Yeah, we're festive here. Real festive.
For all of our 0 viewers, or 1 viewer, Ellis is watching.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, they come and go.
They come and go.
We'll be surprised. So, that's what's been going on. It's always softball, and I actually just got here from middle school. I umpired a softball scrimmage for Gladeville Middle. So,
Gladeville Middle.
Yeah. But, that's what's been going on. And getting ready for Halloween tomorrow, trick-or-treaters. So, I'm going to say most exciting game. We're looking at this, kind of talk about last week. I think A&M over LSU, maybe Vandy, close call to Texas.
I know which one I'm going to pick.
Well, anytime you can hate on Missouri, I'm sure.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming.
Bazinga.
Eli, drink no wits.
Yeah. Well, is somebody calling in about that game? Because I was going to talk about, but I think they are, right? Or no?
We got somebody calling in right now. Let's see here.
Okay.
If I can get this to work. They don't want to work, apparently.
And he's going to wants to talk about the playoffs.
Yep.
Still a little early. Well, no, it isn't too early to talk about it. It is exciting.
No, I think it's not too early. What do you think, Daryl?
You guys hear me?
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Just took a second there. Sorry about that.
It's not early. That's all right. It's not too early. We got four or five games left, depending on the team. So,
yeah,
some football left to play, but yeah, it's fun times.
Daryl, our resident actuary, calling in to talk about the data and statistics associated with his actuarial science analysis.
I didn't run the advanced stats, more my gut feel, but I did look up the record. So of the
Isn't
team,
that how actuaries do it though, Daryl? They
right.
got all the numbers there, but they go with their gut feel.
That's right. That's exactly how you describe our career field. You run everything, and then you do whatever you want.
And then you throw the numbers out the window.
Yeah, and you just go out the seat of your pants, man. After a whole lot of modeling.
Oh,
That's right. That's my career. Oh man.
you model?
Yeah.
I never took you. I mean, I know you're tall.
Daryl, you know.
A nerdier type of modeling when you're thinking of play.
Oh, okay.
We thought you were like hitting it out for the girls. They were all chasing you down, Daryl.
He has the
that
height
is
for.
He works out in his gym down in the basement. He's got the mega muscle gym.
Middle-aged white guy.
Yeah.
You know, they love us. They love us.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So before we get into that talk about likely to make the playoffs, Daryl, wanted to talk a little bit about what you felt like was the most exciting game last week.
Ooh, I caught the early game. I watched the Oklahoma Ole Miss game. I watched that one through. That was okay. I mean, Ole Miss kind of put it away a little later than you would have thought.
Yeah.
Nothing super exciting. Tennessee was on a bye week, so I didn't watch them play, and I didn't catch the late game. So yeah, I don't know like the LSU Texas A&M what that was like. But that was the big game of the week. With them both being undefeated in conference.
And Texas A&M, I'll probably end up going now when I think about it with Vandy, Texas. Texas A&M was down, I think, at halftime. But then, they ended up winning by, 14? And so, they kind of pulled away in the second half. Up to halftime, It was probably exciting, but Vandy coming back and scoring, although just under a minute to go, they got it within 3. But they did have a key early on when it was 24-17. They made a key stop, but was unable, made Texas punt, but couldn't score then. Had they scored then and tied it at 24, I think momentum may have shifted at that point.
Oh, I thought Vandy was going to win it. You remember I called that before the game?
Yeah.
I called the whole season, I thought. Isn't that what you were saying?
To cover. Yeah, cover spread.
And they still covered, I believe. Wasn't it?
18 and a half.
Yeah, because the spread was huge.
Yeah.
So I still won it. I just didn't
cover. You won, yeah.
I just didn't win. They beat them.
You were
didn't win the win. I was being bold saying
outright.
that. Yeah, but I wouldn't have picked an outright in a wager, I would guess.
So what would you say then most exciting, Daryl?
Probably the Vandy game.
Yeah.
The other LSU A&M was a big game, but the Vandy one was. They were hanging around. They were pesky. They've been that way all season.
Yeah.
Not an easy team to put away. They're scrappy.
They've lost now 3 games by a total of 10 points.
Yeah, I think you were saying 10 points, and they would have been undefeated.
Yeah. Well, last week, 8 points, so now you add 3 more points to that to 10.
Yeah, if they had gotten Georgia State, they'd be ranked right now, right? They'd be a top 25 teams. That's what's
well, and that was what really agitated me because I think Missouri is now 25, right? And they just got blown out by Alabama.
Missouri should fall out, I think. I'm with you. I'm starting.
They knocked Vandy out of the rankings, and they kept Mizzou. So now this goes back to I told you how I feel about Eli Drinky.
Jared's been saving up his angst about Drinkowitz.
Eli Drinknowitz, Eli Drinky.
I don't know what his name is.
Dinkowitz or something. Yeah. Jared can't stand him. It's funny. I love when he gets on a roll about Missouri.
Yeah, he was going off on his fans at the beginning of the year, talking about how they needed to sell out the games because they were so good. I'm like, maybe you should give them a team worth watching. Quit blaming them, man. Go give them something they want to see.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we were hoping to have somebody call in a little bit later in the show to talk a little bit about what happened. Apparently, there was some serious drama around that game, and there was a fine involved. And I'm trying to think. It may not be a segment for Reagan to even call in because guess which teams have buys this week?
Oh yeah.
Both Alabama and Missouri have buys this week.
Oh, wow.
This whole 2-bye season thing is just ridiculousness. I know you're like, oh, there's more games.
Yeah, no.
These boys are getting paid millions of dollars now. I don't give a crap. No more of this 2-bye crap.
I want to see healthy full teams. I want them to be healthy when they. No, I'm fine. Does it bother you, Daryl?
No, I'm good with a couple of buys. I think it chops the season up a little bit. Yeah, two Saturdays of fall. My wife's not mad at me. It's good.
Well, you may be planning something to do.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't watch that many games last week. I got to pick my spot.
You got to pick your battles, pick your times.
Right. Yeah.
Who's most likely in the SEC to make the playoffs?
Yeah. So that's the second survey question. Daryl, have you filled out the survey, or are you being a bad listener?
I have not filled out the survey.
I was hoping he was saying.
I picked one game, and it was the one I called in for, and I've missed it. So now I'm embarrassed to get shown up every week with my selection.
That's okay.
I haven't done the survey yet.
You could call yourself Santa because somebody filled it out last week and said they were Santa.
So I had the most likely to make the playoffs. I would say it's Georgia.
Okay.
Well, the question is, who are the 3 most likely?
The 3 most likely. All right, for that one.
Because it's like Georgia and Texas. Everybody's going, oh, Georgia and Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, Georgia, Texas. I mean, even if Georgia loses another game, they'll get in at 10-2. Their schedule's just been brutal. Texas, if they lost to A&M, they might not get in. I don't know if that'll be close.
I think A&M is in, even if they lose to Texas at this point.
I don't know.
If they lose to South Carolina.
For Texas at time. So
I think they went out except for Texas.
A&M doesn't.
Really?
They're not super impressive. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a conversation we had previously, right? What does Texas A&M's schedule really look like? And I'm trying to remember who they beat, and I was looking this up, going, "What in the heck? How are they so special when they played nobody?"
They beat LSU.
They lost to Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
That was when they beat them the game of the year.
That was their first loss, right? That was their only loss, right?
Yeah.
They beat Arkansas, I think, at home, right?
At Florida, Arkansas, and they killed Missouri.
Yeah.
Once again, Drinky is not very good.
Mississippi State. And
Missouri 6-2. I mean, that's not nothing. I know that Missouri hasn't played anybody either, but that's probably their best win besides the LSU game.
Yeah.
Yeah, before LSU, they hadn't really done anything, and they lost to the one, the best team that played Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame hadn't beaten anybody and lost to Northern Illinois.
Yeah, I was about to say Notre Dame's not that strong either. I mean, you just look at what they've done. So
they're making the playoffs on name alone, man. They don't have to play anybody. They play G5 schedule all year.
But that's the Notre Dame way.
I know.
Yeah,
they beat undefeated Navy.
Yeah. That is laughable.
That's your big marquee win for the year. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, and that's a complicated thing, right?
In the SEC, 7-5.
When you're not even in a conference, right?
Oh, that's a good.
What is that really?
Daryl?
What's that?
Yeah. If Notre Dame was in SEC 7-5.
That's probably about right, don't you think?
If that.
8-4, 7-5. Yeah.
I give them that one.
I mean,
I'm not giving them that much.
No.
They beat Kentucky.
Yeah, they'd beat Kentucky. They'd beat Mississippi State.
My buddy Jason that rides the train with me to work, he's like, "Oh, Notre Dame's the best." I'm like, "Let's put them in the SEC."
Yeah, I think 3 right now: Texas A&M, Georgia, and probably Texas, because I think Georgia. Maybe Tennessee. If Tennessee could beat Georgia, then
that's Tennessee's chance to prove themselves.
Yeah. I don't know if Tennessee loses that if they can get in. Maybe.
Yeah, they're a bubble team at 10-2, I think.
Yeah.
If they lose to Georgia, and then I'd say Georgia's easy. Texas, I mean, they're not a lock, but they'll have to be Florida, Arkansas, and Kentucky. They probably get in even if they lose to A&M.
Is a 2-loss team going to be open to actually getting in?
Yeah, I think any 1-loss SEC team gets in. I think a 2-loss team that second loss is in the SEC title game will get in.
Right. That's what I was going to ask. Do you
Yeah.
Do you think the team that loses in the SEC championship game gets in.
If they have one loss going in, yeah, I think
Okay.
they do. I think if they have two losses, they don't.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
so let's say A&M loses, right? So A&M loses a conference game.
Yeah.
Now they're a 2-loss team across the board. But they're a 1-loss team in conference.
Yeah, so they could lose to Texas and probably still get into the SEC title game
Yeah.
for 2 losses because they have that out-of-conference loss.
And how does that work whenever you've got a whole bunch of SEC teams with 1 loss?
It's a mess of a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
They've got they released the rules before the season started. It was pretty nutty. I don't remember. I read it, but I was like, that's a mess. But because there's 16 teams. You only play about half the
A&M
conference teams,
covers.
so it's going to be all over the place.
My boss Lewis says A&M covers.
A&M covers against who? South Carolina.
Yep. So A&M covers the 2.5.
Yeah. We're not
2.5.
there. To
We're
that
not
game
there yet,
but I
but
would. I'm leaning with.
We'll be
Lewis.
talking about that shortly
Yeah,
here.
I'll lean with Lewis on that probably. But we'll get to it.
But yeah, I'd probably say if Alabama runs the table, I think they get it. They've had a pretty tough schedule.
Do you? I don't want them. I don't know why.
I want them in, didn't I? I'd rather.
But Bama is
I'd rather see anybody
brand.
get in, but
There was
them,
some
I'm just
article I
saying.
saw. It's Bama brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at their schedule. Them and Georgia, of the top SEC teams, they played the 2 toughest schedules.
And as
They
crazy
played
as
a lot of people.
crazy as this sounds, the Vandy loss does not look that bad anymore.
No, Vandy is a pretty good team, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you look at that. So, I mean, I think if the 10-2 teams, the 2 most likely 10-2 teams to get in are Georgia and Bama because their schedules are toughest.
Because of
I
strength of
think
schedule.
It's just gonna depend on how things break. I mean, the Big Ten's got 3 undefeated teams that don't play each other all season. So you know what? All 3 of them. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's a wild year. It's been a good year for football. Like the playoffs.
Oh
plus
yeah,
the 2 new SEC teams. It's been a lot of fun watching all this.
I agree. This has been a fun.
And a great season.
Yeah.
Good time to be doing a podcast about
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
That's right.
But yeah, you got teams like Vandy and Arkansas that are coming up and smacking people around that you don't expect. You got Texas and Oklahoma trying to figure out what the SEC is all about. It's been good.
And if Vandy won it last week, we would have them in maybe making the playoffs.
Yeah, if we had this conversation last week, I'd have them on anybody with 2 losses. I think would have had a shot. Yeah.
Because they would just had and that's what's crazy. Even with a bad loss to Georgia State, if they would have one SEC loss at the end of the year, I think they might be getting in, which is crazy to even think. But I think now they're done now. But,
Yeah, 3 losses. They can play spoiler. They beat a team. They got Tennessee. They can beat them, knock them out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got some opportunity to make some noise. So we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be a wild close. Most teams have 4 games left. Some have 5, and it'll be there's a lot of big games. The Texas A&M should be a big game right in the last week of the season. That could decide the conference title game or the playoffs. Both of those. LSU could still run the table and get
they've
in
had
there.
one loss.
They got 1 loss in conference. They got 2 losses total. They've got to beat Alabama. Alabama goes to LSU. That's a big game. I think that's next week.
If Alabama loses anymore, they're definitely done.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, even if they run the table, I think they'll be on the bubble. I think the 10-2 teams will be a stretch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I'd say there's 8 SEC teams that have 1 or 2 losses. I think Missouri and Ole Miss are cooked. Their schedules are weak, and I don't think they're winning out anyway. And the other 6 all have a chance: Texas A&M, Georgia, Tennessee, LSU, Alabama.
Yeah.
And I could see 4 teams getting in from the SEC. That's
Really?
doable. Yeah.
4 teams.
4, out of 12.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe it turns into 3, but I think you could probably make a pretty strong case for 4.
You could, but I bet it don't.
Conference.
Oh yeah, but I don't think they'll do it this first year. I think they're going to try to broaden
It's going to be an effort on behalf of them to try to broaden the number of teams out of the
and
major
push,
conferences.
Hey, anybody can get in now, I
It's
think
going to be an agenda.
Maybe you can have some high school teams playing first-round games.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Gladeville Middle.
Like the 5 seed. That's going to be the bloodbath.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It'll look like that Georgia TCU game from a couple years ago.
No, you're right. Because I mean, right now BYU is undefeated.
Yeah.
BYU.
In their Big 12.
Yeah, BYU got Indiana, Penn State, Oregon. They're all undefeated. You got Notre Dame's probably going to get in because, why not?
Yeah.
So it's like.
But if they lose again, because they lost to whoever if they lose again, because their schedule's not strong, if they lose, I don't think they get in because you can't put them in losing to Northern Illinois and you name whatever they got left.
Yeah, exactly. In one of the service schools or some of the academies.
Yeah. There's no way they could get in if they lose again.
Yeah.
In my mind.
True.
But Lee Corso was all about Army.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, he was all about what?
He was all about Army.
Yeah.
Which, because you get that group of 5, one of them is getting in.
Yeah.
No, that's what they call it. Like the rest, it's like the Power 4 and then the rest, the conferences.
Do you think Army's going to get in as the number 5 or Notre Dame?
No. I don't know what.
Oh, you're saying another conference, an alternate conference.
Army would.
Yeah.
If Army wins out, they'll put them in.
Are they in the MAC
They
conference?
might be a 12 seed. I can't remember what conference they are.
But they're gonna. Your point, Michael. They're gonna let one team in, and one non-Power 4 team in, right? At least.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's probably right. Yeah, and then you got the 4 conference champs, which could be some terrible teams. I think how things shake out.
Yeah.
And then the 4 seed could be awful. Like you could end up with I think the 4-5 game is going to be like you could end up with a 2-touchdown underdog as a higher seed.
Yeah, the 5 seed will be the favorite probably.
Yeah, because it's going to be the best best team that didn't win the conference champ in the 5 seed.
Probably going to be an SEC team.
Yeah, probably.
At number 5.
And is that home field advantage piece too?
Well, you get home field. The 5 through 8 seed get home field in the first round against the 9 to 12 seed.
Yeah.
And then the second round, I think they play neutral sites, right?
Yeah, it's all neutral.
Are we talking about how exciting it would be to see Tennessee playing in their first championship game at Neyland?
Well, you can.
Maybe Tom and I were talking about that.
Like a playoff game.
It'd be their home game, right?
Yeah, if they get seeded 5 to 8, so if they don't get a first round bye, don't win the SEC, and they're seeded 5 to 8, you'd have a home game at Neyland for the playoffs, which would be rocking. I mean,
the question though, didn't you just say, hey, you felt like the first and number 1 and 2, even though number 2 loses the SEC championship, they're going up in the 5 slot?
Possibly them or a team that just missed the conference championship and has 1 loss.
It's probably going to be a Big 10 or a SEC in the 5 seed.
Might be like a Penn State.
That's all right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or an Ohio State or something.
It'll be the third Big 10 team that's undefeated.
Yep, that's right.
So, yeah, something like that. Or it could be like a Georgia or Texas if one of them just missed the conference championship. So it'll be that'll be those 5 through 8 seeds having those home games. Those will be awesome environments to watch football in.
Yeah, well, so to kind of wrap it up, I want to nail you down on your 3 most likely again.
All right, I'm going to take Georgia. I'm actually going to take Texas, and I'm going to take Tennessee. I think Tennessee either gets in at 10-2 or it beats Georgia, and then Georgia gets in even though it loses to Tennessee.
Okay.
I don't see Georgia missing unless they drop 2 games.
Right.
So, which I can't see.
Because they just have the 1 loss to Alabama.
Right. They got to play at Ole Miss, and they got Tennessee at home. Those are their 2 tough games left.
Yeah, they get in losing to Georgia. I mean, if Georgia loses to Alabama and Tennessee, I could see them getting in. That's not.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Anything to frown on.
Yeah, but I gotta take Tennessee. They're too close for me not to say they're my top 3. We'll see what happens.
So you picked the highest ranked teams, the 3 highest ranked teams.
Did I really know? Is A&M
5-0? Even with a 5-0, that's the awesome thing about the survey that I put together. So anybody who's listening, man, you got to fill out our survey, secfootballreview.com. Darryl, you need to actually do it this time.
Right,
I know you're intimidated by it, but
don't be scared of Jared. He went 5-1 last week.
5-1 last year.
Yeah, against the spread. That's
against the spread. That's pretty good picking, I think, right?
Yeah,
he's going to be retiring here soon. Keeps betting like that.
I told him that the state of Nevada called me.
If only I had enough money
in the state. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, man.
But anyway, so SECFootballReview.com. Be sure to pick out the viewer survey, audience survey, or audience. What do we call it? I don't even remember what we call it. But there's a link at the
Survey,
bottom
yeah.
of the. Let's see, what is it? Audience picks. That's it.
Yeah.
Audience picks. You click on the link. It'll take you to the survey. Be sure to fill out the survey with us, or if you're watching after post game, post show.
Yeah. Just
Go
get
ahead
it
and fill
filled
it
out
out.
before Saturday.
Fill it
morning,
out before
or-
the first game. Anybody who
Yeah.
fills out after the first game, we don't count your survey results. So that reminds me, did Santa fill it out after? Did Santa cheat?
If he went.
If he
two-
cheated,
better
he
not have
sucks.
Cheated.
If he
went 2
cheated,
and
he
4.
sucks. Anyway, well, thank you so much for calling in, Daryl. We really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys. You have a good show.
Yep.
Take
bye-bye.
care, Jared. Daryl.
Later. Yeah. Bye.
Almost said Jared.
You did. You
Yeah.
did.
That's good conversation. Yeah, it's not too early to talk about playoffs. It's fun to speculate.
I don't know what's going on with our internet service provider, but I keep getting all these notifications that we're not connected. So
Oh yeah.
if you're watching the live stream, I'm sorry about that. I got 2 internet service providers here, backup internet and everything,
Yeah.
and it still ain't enough because these internet service providers suck.
Well.
So ain't nothing I can do about that.
Yeah. No. We can complain.
Yeah. I don't think they're worried about watching our show.
Yeah. No. Yeah. They don't care.
If anything, they're probably throttling us because we're uploading.
Yeah. So, time to get into picks. Move on. Make it exciting.
Yep.
So
The
gonna-
least exciting
Yeah.
segment now, the out of conference loser games. So least exciting.
But for everybody listening, we did it last week. I think it worked out well. Jared and I will pick along. He makes his picks live
That's right. That's right.
on the survey.
So I'm actually completing my survey in real time as we're going through
Yep.
here. So, and then Michael can't do that because we're
No.
on the same IP address, and it prevents cheating, right? So if you're going to try to cheat, you better go out and get. Just had a question. Where do I find the survey link? You find the survey link SECFootballReview.com.
Oh, we did.
Click on the button at the bottom of the link tree. So it should bring up a link tree. The best way to do it, I really think, is on the phone. The surveys are really designed for the phone.
Yeah.
But if you're a computer person, same thing, SECFootballReview.com, and it will take you to the bottom of the survey tree, or the link tree, so you can click on the survey.
Thank you, Lewis, for that question. I want to call him Uncle Lewis. For
Uncle
some reason.
Lewis.
Thank you, Uncle Lewis.
I'm gonna go ahead and chat it to him real quick. So you
Okay,
can just
yeah.
click the link right in the. I tried to set up a nice little gig here where we could click these little buttons and it would do it, but it ain't working. So, shocker.
Yeah.
Shocker, McShocker pants. Nothing ever works the way you want it to work. Welcome to technology, right? I
That's
need
right.
the IT staff, but we ain't got no money for that.
Yeah. Well, they're out back on a smoke break.
There you go. There you go. The audience liked that one.
Yes, they did.
They did.
So yeah, moving on to not exciting Maine, Oklahoma, and we'll tell you how not exciting that is. There wasn't even they don't even have a point spread on
No
it.
point spread.
And I think you might want to look this up. I think Maine is still a Division II. I don't think they're in what is it, a FBS school?
Oh, they're not even FBS.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think
I'm gonna
so.
have to look that up. Yep.
Um,
But I mean, ultimately,
sense
just so
that
you
they don't have
know,
a
if you're
spread on
going to fill out the survey, we still have them on the survey.
Yeah.
We just copied over the UMass versus other loser, Mississippi State.
yeah. So yeah, we're gonna give. I think we could make it more, but I think you
That's
already
the
put
Mississippi State right there. That's their
the
new theme
circus
song.
show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What'd you say? 18 points?
Yeah, I think I put the spread at 18.
Yeah. You could have put it more, probably.
Is Maine a Division I school?
So I'm gonna just make this quick and easy. Oklahoma, which is crazy though, they're not a
It
high
says
school
yes.
team.
The University of Maine is an NCAA Division I athletic program.
Yeah, but it's the what's that? The football championship subdivision, which is the play they.
It's the FCS.
FCS, yeah. They're Division One, but
FCS. FCS is that one where it's a playoff at the end, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah, which used to be Division II, I guess they called it.
It's weird. I guess the big boys said, hey, we need a playoff too.
Well, it makes the most sense.
It makes the most money.
Well, no, it makes them, also instead of like trying to put in a formula and go, all right, here's the BCS, and how about line up the best? They do 16 teams, I think.
16?
Yes.
Wow.
And have been doing it for years.
For forever.
Yeah. And then now, NCAA just now, oh, we got a good idea. Let's do playoffs. And they did it with 4 teams. So, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. I should have hit it. I was on a roll.
That's okay. You should have hit I like turtles.
Yeah.
I like turtles.
That's my favorite one. I love when you hit that one.
Yeah, you love that one. So, Oklahoma covers 18. That's going to be mine for sure.
Well, here's how much I hate Oklahoma now. They're not going to cover.
Oh, bull crap. Really?
I'm going to pick the Bob Barker. 17.
Man.
Hit the Bob Barker now. Come on now.
Sorry. I was so shocked by that.
You just threw you off, huh?
Yeah.
I'm ready to stir the pot this week.
You want to give away salt, don't you?
I'm ready to stir the pot this week.
Speaking of, one of our shorts we made was, if you beat both of us, the salt, if you watched last week, Jared's wife made this salt, and I actually tried it this week at home. I took some home. It's a Reaper Death Salt.
Death Reaper. That's what we call it, the
salt.
Death Reaper, because it's Carolina Reaper pepper mixed with salt.
It's pretty good, but you don't need to use a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't like kill you or nothing.
No,
you're not
the
like
flavor
crying or
actually
nothing.
was very good.
Flavor's pretty good.
I put it in a corn dip that my wife made. I put a little bit on a chip and then put a little pinch on it. Man.
It was good, huh?
First I thought it was going to light me up, but then it just quit, and it was just a great, great flavor. I like it a lot.
The salt blend, I think, makes it a little bit more, a little bit better.
Yeah.
It makes it better. If you try to eat the pepper straight out, you're not going to taste nothing.
No, you're
it's going to be death. Nothing but death.
So
Town says OU covers.
Ellis is chiming in.
Oh, Ellis is doing it.
Yeah.
Huh? Ellis says OU covers.
I'm
Good job,
write all
Ellis.
his picks down. Include him.
Yeah, Ellis, you need to fill out the survey, buddy. SECFootballReview.com, man.
He's just a kid.
He can do it.
You think so?
They're more tech savvy than we are, bro.
You're right.
Yeah, they're more tech savvy than we are. But I'm gonna stir the pot. I'm gonna choose not cover because I think Oklahoma sucks. So
They do, but
they don't suck that bad.
they better fire their coach if they can't even cover the spread.
I'm ready for hot seats, man. I'm ready to see some hot seats.
Yeah.
I like that hot seat conversation.
I don't think that's a.
I like that hot seat conversation.
Yeah, I want you to make some dumb picks because you did go 5-1.
I did. I smoked it last
yeah.
week. I need to know.
You're gonna go easy on us, huh?
I can't beat everybody every week. I mean, if I did that, then it wouldn't be no fun, then would it?
That's right. So moving on, then it's a simple one.
Simple one.
And this one is
Here's the deal. I'm gonna say that
Mississippi
Oklahoma acts just like Vanderbilt, and they play to their level of performance with an 18-point spread.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Oklahoma's going to lose. I'm saying Oklahoma doesn't cover the spread.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, who would have thought that Vandy wouldn't cover the spread on Georgia State?
Yeah, but Vandy has a history.
Yeah. Have you seen Oklahoma's history this year?
Well, this is this year. Oklahoma's like big and mighty.
Yeah, there's been talks about the Oklahoma coach getting on the hot seat already. So
I believe it.
Yeah, it's like your conversation about Kentucky where you said you went to Kentucky and they were all about, Bob. Mark Stoops. It's Mark Stoops. I keep saying Bob.
Yeah,
it's Mark Stoops.
Bob was at Oklahoma. Yeah.
That's the guy. We were talking about Oklahoma and Kentucky. Then they got Bob and Mark. Mark and Bob. Sound like some kind of redneck show. Mark and Bob, and Bob and Mark.
About like Jared and Michael. Yeah. Move on. UMass at Mississippi State.
Yep.
And we just used, for Oklahoma, we used the
UMass
State
spread.
Yeah, 18. Yeah. And I guess you could say it might be questionable, too.
Nah. Well, here's the deal. So we're back to that conversation about an 18-point spread.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling good about Mississippi State, and I'm not feeling good about Oklahoma. Mississippi State's in worse shape than Oklahoma. I mean, UMass is 2-6, Mississippi State's 1-7.
Well, I would say Mississippi State
They got a tougher schedule.
Yeah.
But Oklahoma's 4-4. Maine is 4-4. Maine has won 4 games.
Yeah, but they don't play anybody.
I don't care.
We've already moved on from that game.
Already moved on. I'm gonna say not cover on this one too.
There was an
Man, if I win out this time, man, jeez.
I think just recent UMass. Can you look up their schedule? They did play another SEC game.
They did. They
year,
did.
but
I remember
don't
us
know
talking
who.
about UMass, thinking, man, this is a chump change game.
Who did they play?
This is going to change your mind when they're at a tight. They played Toledo.
Yeah.
They lost to Toledo.
Eastern Michigan. Oh,
Missouri.
Your favorite.
Missouri blew them out.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I need to revisit this
Oh, Mississippi State covers. That's me.
because I don't like Missouri, but man, Missouri is smoking them. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going cover. You still going to stick with no cover?
I don't want to lose that bad.
You're going to jump on the bandwagon. The Mississippi State bandwagon.
I'm gonna support Mississippi State. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Are you? So you say cover?
Now you got me questioning my authenticity with Oklahoma too.
No, I will
can't-
not.
it's too
allow-
late
I'll
now.
smack your hand. You try
It's
to
too late
click
now.
the change on that one. You were big and bold about that. Yeah. No, yeah, you.
So
are
that'll
not
be my
changing.
one. Maybe I'll have another one loss week, and that'll be my one loss. It'll be an intentional, painful loss.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That didn't quit. Did it?
No, that one maybe set
It's
the
really
going for
warning.
free.
That's a real warning. Okay, so yeah, that's not exciting. Moving on to
Now we got some real stuff going on.
Ole Miss, Arkansas.
You and I debated about what order to do these in, because usually we've been talking about, hey, we go biggest spread to smallest spread because that indicates, hey, this is a tight game versus not a tight game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think the spread's too high.
You think it is 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at Arkansas.
Arkansas showing out, man. I mean, I know they're
They're just a
5-3,
tough team.
but they're a tough team to play, especially at home. And Green is a rock star. Don't you think? I mean,
He's getting
Jackson
there.
Dart's not been as impressive as I thought he was going to be.
Yeah. Well, they got into playing better teams.
They got into playing some real games.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I think Arkansas is gonna. What is it? 7 points.
15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions versus 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Yeah.
2,695 yards for Jackson Dart, 2,056 for Green. Did Green even play the whole season?
I think yes, for the most part.
And Green runs. Jackson Dart doesn't run, does he?
I think he can. Yeah, he can if he needs to. He's not he's mobile. He's not like a Peyton Manning or Tom Brady.
I mean, the stats point to Oklahoma, or stats point to Ole Miss, not Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm willing to continue to lose here. So let's see. Ole Miss has had losses to LSU. That was a close loss to Kentucky. I thought they lost to somebody else, didn't they? No, just 2 losses.
They went double overtime with Oklahoma State.
That was the game I was
lost,
thinking
yeah.
about.
I'm going to say, dang, LSU did beat up on them, but they
LSU beat up on
Tennessee.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
LSU beat Ole Miss too, though.
I think Arkansas has got a.
Man, LSU's looking pretty strong,
I
man.
know they're starting. Yeah.
They're starting to look something. So that maybe that Texas A&M game was a little telltale.
Yeah. I think.
But Arkansas beat Texas A&M.
No, they lost.
Oh, that was a loss.
21-17. Yeah. I think they're about right on.
That 7-point difference.
Ellis went in and made his picks. Appreciate it, Ellis.
There you
So
go.
We don't even have
Way
to
to
write
go,
them down.
Ellis. Lewis says 7 is a lot for it to be at Arkansas.
Yeah. I'm going to go not cover. Ole Miss does not cover the 7. I think they may win, but I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah,
I still am not super impressed with Ole Miss.
I'd like to see Arkansas' strength of schedule improve and them get ranked.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll get. Well, if they beat Ole Miss, they'd be 6-3. I don't know.
Ole Miss will be 6-3.
Yeah.
So both of them will be unranked now.
Yeah, probably.
Uh-oh.
Probably so. But you're getting into now, the later the year goes, it's just SEC's beating up on each other. The teams are just.
It's starting to be a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Because there's not as much of a difference within the SEC as there is in other conferences.
Mm-mm. Besides Mississippi State and maybe Auburn, I wouldn't put Auburn down with Mississippi State.
Was Ellis your buddy that went to the Vandy?
Yeah,
Kentucky
to Kentucky.
game with you?
Yeah. He's fun to watch a game with.
Is he?
Yeah, it's fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, hopefully, it'd be crazy. Ellis going to end up beating all of us on the picks.
Oh, I'd love it. That'd be funny.
He's probably going to beat all of us. So we're going to owe Ellis some salt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he may offset Towns' pizza requirement.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
There we go.
He may help out Papa there.
If Ellis can beat both of us, if he beats both of us,
Towns
then
is out of his pizza
does not have to give us some pizza. There we go. Another
Towns don't
yes.
got to deliver on it's the House Calls pizza.
Oh, and he says Ole Miss won't cover.
Ole Miss will not cover.
Yeah.
That was.
I'm with
Ellis's
you,
picks.
Ellis. Yeah. I'm going Arkansas. What are you going? Moving on. Arkansas. If their defense shows up, I think they. hang
I'm
in
a
there.
Bob Barker it, man.
You're going. Ole Miss does cover.
I'm a Bob Barker.
Oh, by 8. 1 point.
By 8, 1 point.
You pigeonhole. You just say cover. Whether it's by 8 or
By
97.
1. The Bob Barker. Hit the Bob Barker song for me there. There we go.
All right. Cover Ole Miss. You are not going 5-1 this week.
No, I'm going to be
I
making
bet
up for
that.
my difference this week.
Yeah.
Although there were some shockers last week. That Alabama game, man, and nobody saw that coming.
You did.
I did.
They did. They destroyed Missouri.
They destroyed them.
Yeah.
And Lane Kiffin's got something to prove.
Who's he pro? Oh, against Arkansas?
He's been there. You watch his pressers?
No, I haven't lately.
Oh man, they're giving it to him.
Oh yeah, he doesn't.
He looks like he's been whipped.
Yeah.
He looks like he's been whipped.
I mean, and they're 6-2, right?
Yeah, but it's Lane Kiffin, man.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
He don't like it.
Well, he better.
I like turtles.
Yeah, he better.
Okay, so don't forget SECFootballReview.com. Be sure to click on the link at the bottom where it says Audience Picks and take SEC Football Review Picks 10/30/2024. Go out there and choose your picks with us as we go through the show.
Yeah.
All the spreads are out there, so if you want to do like Ellis did and go ahead and make your picks, whether we talk about it or not, because Ellis knows better than we do, go ahead and do that.
So we got I was just looking. We do have a Facebook page as well. Go follow, like it. I don't know if you
We got
know
Facebook, we got YouTube. Those are the only two that matter.
We had a Jason Williams says go Notre Dame. That was back. We got that back when we were talking about him, I believe, a
He's
few minutes ago.
He's hating on us because we're loving it.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go, Jason. Shout out to you. Thanks for listening. Do you know him?
I think Jason is the Notre Dame fan that I was talking about that rides the train with me.
All right, he's on the Notre Dame train. Well,
and you know what's funny
not gonna
is
go
I
very
talked to
far.
somebody else at work and they were like, "Oh, my husband's a Big Ten guy. You got a Big Ten show?" I said I can only watch so much football.
you know,
Although Big Ten's starting to look like something.
I don't know why, but I am pulling for Indiana. I think because
You want the underdog.
you don't ever hear of Indiana football, so I hope they do make the playoff. I do, just because it's somebody different, a different name.
Hope
like
they beat-
BYU, I hope they make
Beat
it.
Ohio, Michigan,
Yeah.
and Penn State, the three big boys.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You know, I'm not seeing, and this just may just be my gut, but it just doesn't seem like there's as much parity within the Big Ten as there is parity in the SEC. I'd like to see more of it. I'd like to see more parity.
Yeah.
And that would be a reflection of that parity. So,
Yeah. I
can't believe I'm wearing this stupid Scooby-Doo outfit.
It's Halloween tomorrow.
You and my wife
trick or
talking me
treat.
into this stuff.
That's
I
the
need to have
best.
another drink.
It's the best. I mean, when I look at the screen,
I know it. That's what's throwing me off, man.
that's the best. So
That's
moving
what's throwing
on
me off.
to,
That's what's throwing me off.
And I got some notes on this game.
See, Michael just wanted me to be back up there on the screen in my
Yes.
Scooby-Doo outfit.
I love that Santa called in. Or
Santa put in
from the
thing.
North Pole, man. Yeah.
Straight from the pole. I gotta put my little leash
He
on.
probably it's probably getting soon that he's not going to have time to make picks. He's got to start making
He needs
toys
to be
and
doing
checking
some
the
work.
list.
He needs to
Yeah,
be doing some work. I got
Yeah.
some kids that need some gifts.
that's right.
Okay, so speaking of gifts, let's talk about a little bit
Lewis
about
is jumping the gun on there. He's getting ahead of us on the pick here.
225 money line.
Yeah,
He's taking the money line.
May not be a bad.
I think Vandy's going to win it.
Yeah. Well, you.
So I guess I'd go the money line too. But I
Did
didn't
you
already pick it.
cover? You said like 2 weeks ago,
I said I
Vandy's
was
covering the rest.
Vandy's
of
covering the
week-
rest.
the year. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
covering.
And Auburn's picked to win this by 7. And it's crazy
Yeah.
thing is it's gone more in Auburn's direction. Look at this. Originally
Yeah.
Vegas had it at a 6.5, and now it's at a 7.
Well, I'll tell you this.
But you know me, I'm gonna pick Vandy covers,
I dare. Oh yeah, that's right.
and so that means
Not cover.
Auburn
You're
does
saying-
not cover,
yeah,
right?
you're
so
saying a not
so this
cover.
is the craziness of cover not cover, right? Auburn does not cover, right? Because Auburn has picked the win by 7.
If this by Saturday morning, if it jumps up to 7.5,
You gonna
I'll
take
put
it?
a lot. I'm gonna probably take it in that. Like I don't think Auburn covers. I don't want to get.
I don't
too
think
excited.
Auburn wins.
I
But
can't go
Pavia's
that
got
way.
to stay healthy, and Pavia
Yes.
was hurt in that last game. Pavia's my boy.
If Pavia doesn't get hurt, they probably win this game.
But those receivers cannot catch worth anything.
Yeah.
Pavia has
makes
beat
it
Hugh
happen,
Freeze 2 years in a row, Lewis says.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad you put that in there. So he's beat him 2 years in a row. Well,
So
yeah, Hugh Freeze.
So he beat Hugh Freeze.
in 2020, I got it right here. There's no.
Oh, you've
I wrote
already
it in
got
my
this.
notes. So thank you, Lewis, for bringing this along, moving the show along. So yes, so Pavia and Jerry Keel, who was the head coach of New Mexico State, who is now at Vandy as a consultant. He's on the coaching staff. In 2022,
Is he the one they keep showing in the booth?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
The older guy?
Yeah, he's an older fella.
Yeah, I think he's the one they keep showing in the booth that's helping with the calls.
So in 2022, they beat Liberty, Hugh Freeze's last year, and they beat them 49-14
Boy.
with Pavia as a starter. And then 2023, last year, they beat Auburn. What I got here, 31-10.
Yeah, Pavia's on
So-
fire with Hugh Freeze.
Yeah. So I
So I
hope-
take it, Lewis. I take it you picking.
yeah,
picking
he's
Vandy
going
to
money
win,
line,
clearly.
So we know, yeah.
He's going all in on money line right there.
That's right. Ellis went Auburn not cover, which could have told you that. He's a Vandy fan like me. But yeah, so
we got all these Vandy fans on the line. This is like the Vandy football show.
But here's
man.
the thing: I don't think it.
Everybody's excited about Vandy though right now. I mean,
Yes.
everybody wants to see the underdog that's been losing for forever
And
come out on top.
if
They
I-
almost beat Texas.
If I'm right, I can't. I'd have to go back for sure. I should have looked this up for sure. But they have covered 7 out of the 8 games, I believe. Because they covered the spread against Virginia Tech. They were underdogs.
So
They
the only
won.
one they didn't cover was Georgia State.
Georgia State and Ball State.
Oh, they didn't cover on Ball State.
Yeah, because they were like 20.
Was that the one that I lost?
Yeah, that's the one you went to. The game you went to.
And that's the one I lost in the
Yeah.
in the 5-1. That was my one.
No,
wasn't it?
No.
Did
That
I
was
say
2
they?
weeks
I
ago.
said they'd win, but they wouldn't cover.
You lost Kentucky. You picked Kentucky to cover last week, and they didn't.
Oh, gotcha.
That was 2 weeks ago was when they played Ball State. But yeah, they've this year Vandy. If you're betting, you want against the spread, they've done very well. Like I said, only 2 games they haven't. In 8 games, I think they're, so would that put them at 6-2 against the spread? So
That's good.
There's a trend, yeah.
That's good.
Also, here's a little, I wonder if Uncle Lewis knew this because he chimed in with the Pavia has beat Hugh Freeze. I wonder if he knows this tidbit. Vanderbilt has never won at Auburn, Vanderbilt football.
Never won at Auburn.
Yep.
So this will be a first-time win ever.
For Vanderbilt football, if they were to win.
Does this go all the way back to the World War I, World War II era?
However long that Vandy...
How many games have they played against Auburn? That's curious.
I think Vandy all-time is 21, 22, and 1. I looked it up. When I read that they had never won at Auburn, and then it said, despite having an almost 500 record, they've never won at Auburn.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Well, there's a first time for everything, just like Vandy beat the number 1, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
They beat the number 1. That's the first time. That was the only top 5 ranked team win they've ever had. It was like 1-60. Vandy.
Oh,
this is the first time they've ever beat a top 5.
And number 1 for sure.
I think it was the top 5 was the numbers they were given. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Even when Auburn came into town in 08.
Well, and I wonder about the ranking piece, right?
Remember when Game Day was here?
At Vandy?
Yeah, in 2008, Auburn come in. I think it was 2008. And I went with, this is pre-Ellis days. Towns and his wife and me and Mandy went. I believe that was it. Yeah. Ellis was a...
Did they beat Auburn, though?
Yes, it was awesome. They got to 5-0. They beat Auburn that day.
Was that James Franklin?
No, it was Bobby Johnson. Listen
to this. It was your boy.
08, they started out 5-0.
It was your boy. This is why you remember Bobby Johnson, because this one game, this is the game.
And then, they get to 5-0 after beating
the Vandy
Auburn.
big boy, Mario game.
5-0. The next week they play at Mississippi State. Vandy's ranked 13th. Me, my wife, and my cousin Eric were like, we're going down to Mississippi State. And they looked like they were the worst team in the country. Got beat.
Oh, at Mississippi State.
At Mississippi State. Mississippi State wasn't ranked, I don't think. But they beat Vandy. And then Vandy went on to lose 4 more. They were 5-5. And then that's when they beat UT to get to 6-5 and go to the bowl game. Yeah, bowl game.
Yeah, they always remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason texts me back. He says, let's go Irish. Maybe we'll have to do an Irish segment one of these days, Jason. Do they play another SEC team before the end of the season? I don't think they do.
Notre Dame gets in the playoffs, and then, we'll cover them.
We'll cover them. We'll talk about them.
So we both say Auburn does not cover.
Yeah, we're going to do an SEC championship special and then do a playoff special.
I think we should do for the playoffs.
Yeah, because playoffs are, they're like all in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So maybe we need to do 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah. It'll be fun. I think we should.
It'd be a good time to do more shows.
We'll break out. It won't be SEC football. Well, there'll be SEC teams in the playoffs.
But it'll be playoff show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your Big Ten friend, we'll talk about some.
We'll
Big
get
Ten
some out of conference people in the conversation. Hopefully Notre Dame makes it. Too bad, too sad if they don't.
Yeah.
Notre Dame always gets preferential treatment because it's touchdown Jesus.
That's right. Notre Dame, I will say this, is a great campus.
You've been?
Yes, I got to tour all their athletic facilities.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Was this when you and Nate were on the road?
Yeah, back in 2020, just before COVID, I rode out with him, and one of the shows was in South Bend, and during the day, the tour manager at the time set up a trip to go to Notre Dame, and
that had to be exciting.
Yeah,
didn't you?
We got
y'all
to go
had
down.
a little podcast too while you were on the road with him, didn't you?
No.
You were in one of his video clips.
No. Okay. Yeah. No. So he has on his tour. He has a camera guy that follows him, Mike Lavin, that he met in New York when he lived in New York. He goes by the Homeless Pimp, but he is hey, this guy though, he's a great
homeless
dude.
Pimp.
Yeah, but he is a great camera guy.
That's the name right there.
And so he'll ride out on tour with him, and he'll edit, and and it's like having. You have to kind of get used to it, but you get used to him.
It's like having a podcast 24/7.
Yeah, it's like we got cameras on us, right? Yeah, I mean,
did you get your podcast weight on for that?
We could be walking in, like we went into Buc-ee's and he was right there. You know, like you can be going anywhere you go. He's going with his camera, and then he edits it and makes some good stuff.
Puts together a little road trip feature set.
Yeah, and so that's why you saw that. I've been in a couple. It's fun.
Jason texted again. He says, "I need Nate's autograph." This is what I was talking about. Jason asking for the autograph.
Okay,
that's Jason. Okay. Yeah, that's Jason.
He may know who Aaron Weber is. Then he's on the podcast with Nate, and he graduated.
The Nate Land podcast.
Yeah, he's
right?
on the Nate Land podcast, and he graduated. He's a big Notre Dame guy. He went to Notre Dame.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he's a big. I was about to say the only other Notre Dame fan I know is.
He's one of Nate's buddies, huh?
Yeah. So, I guess we can move on. Enough about this. This is a.
It's always, this is not really about.
No, this is a
tough
fun show.
Analysis.
If you're looking for expert analysis, this is not the show.
This is not the show.
If you're looking for just fun and entertaining and going, man, those guys are dumb. This is your show.
Those guys are dumb.
The crowd agrees. But no, it's fun. What is the next game here? Is it a Georgia?
I love the Minions, man. I love them.
Yeah.
Okay, next game, yes. Moving on, Florida, Georgia. So Florida has been down and out. Georgia, man, this is a big spread, though.
16.5.
It's not. It's at Georgia though, so I'm gonna take Georgia on this one. I right out the gate. I mean, I went to a game between the hedges. Dude, it ain't no joke, man.
Well, let me ask you.
Tennessee beat them when I went to that game, but it ain't no joke, man.
Yeah.
Georgia fans are serious business.
So let me ask you this:
it ain't as loud as the Swamp.
where do you think they're playing at?
Oh no, this is not at Georgia. This is the what do they call it? The cocktail party.
The largest outdoor cocktail party.
Yeah, they're not playing. This is the last seat.
Do you know where they play?
Last season they're playing at.
Are they about to end?
Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, yep. Yeah.
I feel like that's like a home game for Florida, not for Georgia, but okay.
Well, but Jacksonville's not too far from the Georgia-Florida border. And
Yeah,
that's not
the
too,
line. But, Athens is like forever away from Jacksonville.
It's probably 4 hours.
How far is Gainesville from Jacksonville, though?
Like 2, maybe. Not even an hour, maybe.
I've never felt like that was a fair...
Georgia's got a big reach,
I did forget that they're not going to be between the hedges.
And I think they don't actually call it the largest outdoor. I mean, still Georgia, Florida fans do, but I think now, when they advertise it, they don't call it that anymore.
Wow, that's so
they don't
cool.
want to promote drinking or something. I don't know. I think that's right. You could maybe look that up, but I think they got away from. I'll always call it that. It's tradition. It's fun. That's what makes the SEC. I hate that they're going to quit playing.
I type in largest outdoor on Google and I get number 1 is largest outdoor cocktail party.
Yeah. Let's see if they didn't quit calling it that.
Well, whether they're calling it that or not, everybody on the internet is.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
See,
tradition is hard to break.
You saw that. Florida, Georgia will always be.
The announcers always refer to this as the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. There is nothing wrong with that name. It doesn't imply drunken.
But yeah, I think they quit.
I'm sorry, but anything college football implies drunkenness.
Oh, yeah. Any game, yeah.
Saturday Down South says, this is a bucket list item.
I would agree.
A bucket list event. They're actually remodeling that stadium, so they're not actually going to be playing there next year.
Oh. But it'll stay
years.
there.
It's going to go back there once they fix the stadium. But I think it's supposed to be like, and I don't know where, I can't remember where they're going to be playing it at.
Possibly start crying if.
Something about they're going to be moving it someplace else for right now.
Okay. I'm good with that then. They're going to.
That's what they say. It isn't as refined as the Grove.
No.
Or as irreverent as Death Valley.
Yeah. You could almost say most of the SEC venues are bucket list places.
Yeah, I was about to say there's a lot of bucket list
yeah.
stops for SEC football. That would be something, if we ever actually figure out a way to not have to work anymore and Ellis says UGA covers.
Yep.
Not have to work anymore, then maybe we could do like get a tour bus and say screw the SEC network. It will be SEC football review on tour.
Show, yeah.
And just cruise around on a tour bus.
We got to win the lottery and then
I get these kids to graduate and get their own jobs, and I sell this house. We do that.
That would.
The wifey would love to travel.
Would that not be fun?
Would Mandy travel with us?
Yeah. If I had the means to, yeah.
But we'll get all these kids out of the house.
Yeah, you gotta get the kids out of the house.
Sell these houses, buy us a tour bus.
Could you set this up like we'd set this up somewhere in the parking lot and go? Tailgate
we'll set up in the parking lot in front of the trash dumpster.
We're still at the game.
We'll light the dumpster on fire and say, hey, we're out here in front of the dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Everybody come see us.
Yeah. It would be cool. That would be fun. Yeah. That would...
The dumpster fire, baby.
Yeah.
We'll be the dumpster fire show. We'll change the name from SEC Football Review to the Dumpster Fire Show.
You would have to set all this up because I would want to help you, but I'd mess up more than I would.
I'm sure there'd be some way that you could set it up to where you quickly put everything together.
Yeah. We'd have to, we'd definitely.
But I mean, if we're independently wealthy enough to have our own tour bus,
we
could have a tech guy. We could have what's your homeless? What's his name? Your
Mike homeless pimp.
Homeless pimp. That's
Mike
it.
Lavin,
Mike the homeless pimp. Maybe we get Mike, but he's a photo video guy.
He does stuff.
He's big bucks. We can't afford that.
No.
But who knows? If we're independently, maybe Trump will sponsor the show. Make us independently wealthy, there, Donald.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that would be cool. That'd be fun. Georgia, Florida.
Largest outdoor cocktail party. We were trying to see if they were going to quit announcing it as that.
Yeah, I guess they still. I want to say they wanted to quit calling it or referring to it.
Is that a drama?
But everybody does still.
The Florida-Georgia rivalry.
See, that's what they call it now. They used to just say largest outdoor cocktail party, and everybody knew who the teams were.
Earned it the nickname.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Georgia covers six? I mean,
Vince Dooley. They mentioned Vince Dooley.
Yeah.
Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer. That's interesting. They don't mention any Georgia coaches as they go through this.
I don't know.
That's a shame.
Well, it's Wikipedia, so I mean.
Yeah, some Florida fan is the one who wrote this.
Yeah, they probably took all that out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Florida is down. Sometimes it's hard for me to get past the
Florida
tradition.
shows up, bro. Florida showed up for that Tennessee game.
Yeah. I don't know.
And this is the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
It depends if Georgia shows up like
man, they're ranked number 2
game.
right now, man.
Yeah.
I don't see them. I think they've got it. This is a chip on the shoulder now, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard one. 16's a lot.
It's a big spread.
You
know what? I'm going to go with Ellis. I'm going to go with Ellis. Ellis has convinced me.
Okay.
Ellis has convinced me.
Cover. And it's 16.5, right?
Ellis has convinced me.
All right.
Actually, I think this is the right sound here.
What is oh yeah, like the showdown.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm
gonna say the OK Corral, Georgia covers.
What is
and I'm gonna pull the Bob Barker. Covers by 17.5.
I don't know.
I need another drink.
You let me know if they I hope the score is like 22.5. I want to know how they scored a half point. We'll make history watching that. I want to see that. Oh my God, a half point.
Half point. Jared, somehow they figured it out. There's a foul on the play.
They kick an extra point and the ball goes flat and lays halfway over the crossbar. We'll give you a half point.
Just balancing right there. We'll make this. It'll be what, instead of 3 points, it'll be a 1.5.
Yeah, I don't know. Florida has been bad, but like you said, as of late they've played. But then you went and took Georgia. You talk good about Florida. Are you trying to trick me into taking?
Dude, I'm not trying to trick anything.
I'm afraid to pick against you after you going 5-1. So it's like.
Oh, now I got you nervous.
Yeah. I don't know what to do.
Well, don't worry. The wife has made sure my old fashioned is nice and full. So.
All right. Well, I don't know what Georgia.
I'm rethinking now. I'm starting to think that I want to win. Getting that ambitious state of mind right now. I should go back and try to change my name.
No, I'll smack your hand. Did you already click and pick Georgia?
Yeah, I already clicked.
Yeah.
No, I didn't click and pick this one. I am going to do it. I am going to pick this one.
You know what?
I'm going to pick Georgia to cover.
I'm going cover.
What
too.
does Vegas say? I'm curious here. What did Vegas say on this?
Well, I mean, that's
they went from 17 to 16 and a half.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're worried. I'm still going to pick Georgia to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think Florida doesn't have. What do they have to play for? Other than upset, what do they have to play for?
Yeah.
And a Georgia upset to most people is going to be okay. Who cares?
I'll tell you this:
other than Brian,
Georgia
Brian's gonna say, "Oh, Georgia upset. This is the end of the world."
If Georgia covers, then Tennessee will lose to Georgia.
That's possible. I'm a Tennessee fan. I'd love to see Tennessee beat them, but man, their offense is just not. They've got some proof. They got to come to. Nico has got to do his homework. And when I say do his homework, he's got to watch the film, and he's got to get out there with those receivers, and they got to pass and pass and pass and pass and pass. It's just a repetition thing. Like you just got to do it enough times.
And I think you also got to remember he is just technically. This is his first full-year starter.
First starter. And he's effectively a freshman. I mean, he's still. Yeah. I mean, he had that 1 year, but that's just. I don't know.
He didn't get to play a lot last year.
No. And he didn't play against anybody significant, right?
Yeah.
So these are the most significant games, and that's reflected in the fact that when he played the nobodies, he blew them out.
All right. I think we're going to have to give away some salt. I took Georgia to cover. I think somebody's beating us this week.
Oh, you took Georgia to cover, too?
Yeah, because I keep thinking
you're not going to hedge the bets here for us?
I shouldn't I? That'd be cheating, though. I don't know.
We'll let Ellis win the salt.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Although
know.
Ellis says Georgia covers, too. Ellis, you're supposed to pick the other one, buddy, so you can win the salt.
Maybe Santa wins this week.
Santa might win this one, yeah. He may win
Give him some of that hot spicy to keep him warm during the winter at the North Pole.
Give him some spicy sauce.
Yeah. I keep looking for is this the like quiet? I keep looking for the small laugh or applause. That wasn't it.
The small laugh is the second one down. That's it.
It kind of rolls.
Because it sounds like you're in kind of a little intimate environment.
Okay.
This is our intimate audience.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, because
that would be cool, too, to like broadcast live from someplace.
Somewhere, yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be
a lot of fun. And honestly, I think this setup would be easier if we did it like in a restaurant or something.
Yeah, you could do that.
That's why I said if we did something on the road, we could do it at a restaurant. We just talk to the restaurant, say, "Hey, can we broadcast
live?" You just
live?"
walk in. Hey, we're gonna. Yeah.
We'll call them ahead of time.
Just walk in with all our
We'll
stuff.
call Wendy's ahead of time. Hey, Wendy's, can we broadcast live from your lobby? Just make sure they don't throw any Frosties at us.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Wendy's I'd be broadcasting from somewhere though. That'd be cool, I guess. I don't think I'd
have to take off work. I'd talk to my boss.
Yeah.
See if he let me
oh
take
yeah,
off work.
Uncle Lewis.
Yeah.
Can we have off Uncle Lewis?
I like Uncle. Hey, Uncle Lewis is one of the best bosses ever. He'd say, "Yeah, go do it," especially if Vanderbilt was.
All right, moving along.
Yep, moving along. Okay, so what we're looking at now, we got the game of the week. This is what a lot of people say is going to be the game of the week.
Yeah.
And who was it? Like right out the gate, was it Lewis who said something about A&M covers?
Yes.
Right out the gate, he says it. Right. That was the only thing he cared about on the show. That's the other thing about my boss, Lewis. He's like, I get right down to business. He's going straight to the meat.
Yeah.
The meat of the week is the big game. This is the big game for the SEC this week.
Because every week I become more and more on board with Texas A&M.
Screw
I know.
that.
Well, you can say all that you want.
There's a lot of things about Texas A&M I love. Okay,
Yeah.
I like the 12th man concept. I like, they do a cannon. You seen the cannon? They shoot an actual cannon.
I thought that was Oklahoma.
No,
they shoot
Oklahoma
little
shoots little guns.
Yeah, yeah.
But they shoot a cannon at the game, and and they got the towel. I mean, they got the gig 'em.
Made us a Wendy's.
Lou's gonna need to say, hey, there was a Wendy's right over next to the office. We could do, but there's a Wendy's right next to Vandy.
Yeah, yeah. I met Trisha Yearwood there at that Wendy's
You did not.
on West End. Yeah, man, years ago.
Trisha Yearwood.
Yeah, T-Bone was with us. It was when we were in school.
We
went
went to get T-Bone to provide evidence of this.
Yeah, we went on a field trip to the Parthenon, and we ate at Wendy's. We were like maybe 9th grade.
At the risk of getting in trouble with our wives, was Trisha Yearwood hot? She was smoking, wasn't she?
I never thought that.
When you saw her in person, it's like, yeah, she's not like the TV look.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
she looked just like everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody.
Just like us, right? When we're doing,
I know.
We look podcast ready.
Yeah, look, we look very professional
all our makeup.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo hat, caddy uniform.
I got to get rid of this Scooby-Doo outfit, man. It's itching me to death, man. Itching me to death.
You're
I'm being a team player here.
Yes, a team player. You're hanging in there. I like it. I think Texas A&M, their defense, South Carolina's not going to be able to score.
So we're going to have to both wear Santa outfits now since Santa filled out the survey.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Get close to Christmas. We have to. That's what we'll do for one of our national championship shows. We'll do the Santa hat for one of our national championship shows. Santa outfits for the national championship show. I don't even know how you get that. I guess you rent them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jason says Notre Dame beat Texas A&M.
Good point. Good point.
I tell you, Jason's gonna make sure this is a Notre Dame show, isn't he?
He's trying his best. He's giving. He gets a what do they say? An E for effort.
A for effort.
A for effort.
A for effort.
But I always thought
it
should
is an
be
E, right? It is an E.
But if you're doing the grading system,
it's an A.
I like to say E for effort because it is an E. That's how you don't say effort with an A. Effort. A for effort. No. Yeah. It's E for effort. Give me an E.
Give me an E.
I like turtles.
That's the best button ever. I just can't let it go.
To chime in.
About time, I swear. A guy I work with said he saw
Little Richard
at Wendy's. See, Wendy's is the place to be.
On West End. He's talking about that same West End Wendy's.
Oh, yeah, he'll have to confirm that. I'm not sure that it's the same one.
I bet it is, too.
Man, if we broadcast from that Wendy's, we'd be celebrities.
Yes, we should.
All we got to do is broadcast the Vanderbilt game from there, and we're celebrities.
That's right. That is all it is. That's all it takes.
All it takes.
Broadcast from West End Wendy's.
But, I mean, think about it. We're having internet problems already. I can't imagine what our internet problems would be trying to do that. I looked into that. I actually looked into that when I had the social media business.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you have to buy, like, this special backpack that has, like, multiple mobile connections and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
I can't look at you serious.
It's complicated.
You're stupid.
It's complicated. It's Scooby-Doo complicated.
It's hard to look.
You know what we could do, though? Maybe we could talk some Vanderbilt student into letting us use their login into the network.
Maybe. Yeah.
We could hook up to Vandy Wi-Fi at the Wendy's. I'm a Vandy alum. Maybe they'll let me hook up to the Wi-Fi.
You are an alum. That's right.
Maybe I'll go down and talk to the School of Business, see if I can get a Wi-Fi connection.
Help alumni out here.
Help an alum out.
Yeah,
I hadn't donated enough money. I need to donate like $5 million. Get a Wi-Fi connection. That gets me like a room or something.
It should.
A room for a year.
Because there's no telling what the money.
You got to donate big bucks. See, I got my little collar here and everything.
Yeah.
Man, it's getting hot though, bro. This Scooby-Doo's getting hot.
Yeah.
Popular. He says popular.
Well, he misspelt it. That's why he was correcting.
Oh, he's corrected. You don't have autocorrect there.
Yeah.
Towns. That's not good.
Texas A&M, I believe, win because they brought in the second half. I know last week you had asked me if that Wegman was the only quarterback.
Yeah, they switched out to their other quarterback.
And then they pulled away from LSU.
ESPN hadn't figured out that Wegman's not going to start. They still got Wegman and the Sellers listed as the quarterback.
Well, no, they're listing
listing based on who
leader.
the stat leader is.
Yeah, so I think Texas A&M 2.5. Is that what it was? Yeah, I think they cover. I believe in A&M's defense.
This was the conversation we had about A&M's record, right? You know how I feel about Mizzou.
Yeah, and they stomped Missouri 41-10.
And they beat up LSU, but I'm not impressed with LSU. They barely look at this. They barely beat Mississippi State.
That LSU was coming on.
They're coming on, but they ain't something special. Who have they beat?
I don't know.
We'll have to go back and look at
They
it.
beat Ole Miss.
I didn't say Kiffin was that special either.
Yeah. I think
I'm a Texas A&M hater. Okay, so so there's two teams that I'm a hater for, and I've been this way the whole season.
Yeah.
And that's Texas A&M and Missouri, and I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me.
I'm going to justify this. Okay, this is not me just talking trash. Okay?
I want to hear justification.
My justification is that they're playing garbage.
Okay.
They're playing garbage.
Okay.
Right? Missouri was ranked, but did not deserve to be ranked.
They're still ranked, by the way.
This is probably their best win.
Yeah, LSU.
Do I think LSU is that great? Who have they played? This goes back to that conversation. Are they playing? Who are they playing this week? I can't even remember.
I think they're on a bye.
So this is what I said about these stupid 2-week buys.
What is so wrong? They need rest. I want good quality football, not third string. They lost to USC, which...
Oh, so we get an ad for Farm Bureau Insurance, so they got to pay for the website. So
Yeah.
Okay, so they lost to USC. Prompted crap. And then they beat...
Nichols. That's Nichols State. I don't know who that is.
Beat South Carolina. Just barely.
Yeah. They beat Ole Miss.
So when I say...
Yeah, but you're saying...
And they just barely beat Ole Miss.
And lost big time to Texas
They
A&M.
smoked Arkansas.
Yeah. It's A&M. Uncle Lewis is right. I'm on board. A&M covers.
LSU's
Vandy
got
money
Alabama
line.
coming up on the 9th. Jeez.
So
That's going to be a big game, isn't it? They've already said that's going to be a big game.
LSU, Alabama, yeah.
And then they're going to be taking on Vandy right before Tennessee does. Those are going to be good games.
Yeah.
LSU, Alabama, and LSU, Vandy. That's going to be good games.
I think so.
Yeah, those are going to be good games. But I think they're going to lose both of them. Boom! I already called it right there.
LSU's going to lose both of them?
I called it. LSU's going to lose both of them.
Alabama and Vandy.
Yep. And so I'm pre-calling right now, right? So So whether they perform or not, I'm pre-calling it.
Okay. I like that.
And, you know, this will give you some indication, right? When South Carolina beats Texas A&M, you're going to be realizing LSU's not that good.
South
Missouri's
Carolina's
not that
not
good.
beating Texas A&M. I can tell you right now. So you're a not cover for Texas A&M?
Yep.
All right. Man, I feel like, I'm going to make a
Because they're picking A&M by 2.5. But if I remember correctly, looking back, so wait a second. So go back now here. What direction is Vegas going?
It's coming down.
Boom.
But
Boom,
you
baby.
won't remember this. But remember, it came off the board last week.
It did.
Texas A&M was 3 points, and then they pulled it off the board. I don't know why. I looked up. I couldn't find any reasonings.
Corruption.
Texas A&M covers, Jack. Hey, right here, you want to make this bet right here? If Texas A&M covers, you have to wear Scooby-Doo.
We're going to bet another House Calls Pizza? I ain't doing no Scooby-Doo.
You
This is
have
too
to,
itchy,
yeah.
man. No.
And come on then, if you're so sure.
Oh, and we
about
hadn't
South Carolina.
shown our fan base my little beverage. That's my backup beverage.
Oh,
We got to show them my backup beverage. Which camera are we on?
In no way is this a.
This is not an endorsement in any way. We're not a political show, and that's why we're going to say none of the above. This is the none of the above beverage. If you want to buy this, you can go up to Gallatin and stop by the drink stop. Yeah, in Gallatin, there's this little bitty gas station. I think it's an Exxon now. A little bit of gas station on the 109 bypass.
You can buy the drink station.
I call it the drink station. You can buy every weird drink in the world. Like they got baking soda. When I say bake, I'm not talking about baking soda.
No,
I'm talking about bacon.
Soda drink that tastes like
bacon soda, right? Okay, so you can buy soda that tastes like bacon, but they also have this soda. Now this is biased, right? Because this is in Tennessee, right? And I ran. Oh, did you know? You knew I ran for Congress, didn't you?
Yeah. We've talked about that.
That was an eye opener for me. You know.
Yeah.
The statistics on repeat voters are just outrageous.
Yeah.
So like people who vote Republican or Democrat over and over and over again, like you don't change their mind.
Right. Yeah.
And so like
do you really want to bog the show down with
do we want to talk politics? No. We need to get back to football. This is why I didn't run again, right? I'm not running again. My wife told me that I'd get divorced. She divorced me if I ran for Congress.
I bet you said it was crazy.
It was crazy. But
I do like the tidbit about you
ran in a 12-way primary.
Yeah. Where'd you finish?
And in Wilson County, I seated third. I was third.
Okay.
Wilson County. Wilson County.
Yeah,
now,
but 3 out of 12.
But that district included Metro Nashville.
Okay.
And, well, no, it was 4 out of 12. I'm sorry.
4.
There were 3 people who raised more than $300,000.
How much did you raise?
$3,000.
And you finished 4th.
I finished 4th in Wilson County.
That's pretty good.
But there were people who I beat in Wilson County that had raised like $80,000.
Yeah.
So I felt pretty good about it.
No, that is pretty
Never
good.
going to run for office again.
You going to join the Army again?
No, I'm never going to do that again either. I ran for city commission in Mount Juliet, too.
I thought you did.
I ran District 1 city commission.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never going to do that again either.
Who'd you have to go again?
Ray Justice.
Oh, he's still
serving in office, but the way he beat me was he had some random third-party person, and then he put things in people's mailboxes, which I believe was not ethical. There was some ethical issues there.
Well, I don't want to discuss that.
We're not going to discuss that. But needless to say, thankfully I lost.
Yeah, you're glad you lost.
Winning city office is not.
So you've learned you don't want to be in politics at all.
No. I like being in SEC football review shows instead.
And let's get back to that.
A lot more fun. Yep.
Making picks. I'm picking Texas A&M to cover. Jared says no cover.
Bob Barker, 1.5, baby. 1.5. Actually, I'm going to pick South Carolina to win it. And this is not a...
You're picking them to win?
I'm going to pick the money line on this one. Is that how that works? Picking the money line means they win, right?
Yes. Yeah, picking the money line. I'm setting up. We may have a caller. I'm not sure.
Lewis picked the money line, too, I think. What did he pick the money line on? Vandy?
Yeah, he went money line, Vandy. And I might halfway do money line. And this is on my own. Parlay Vandy money line and A&M cover. And see what happens.
You're going to put cash on it. I ain't got no cash to be playing those games.
No, it's not. I mean, I have an app.
We got 6 viewers, man. We're doing pretty good. We got a lot of viewers in there. That's good. Thank you so much for watching. It's always great when we have folks watching live because it's a lot more fun, a lot more interaction. Appreciate you chatting in.
Yeah, the interaction
makes the show a lot more fun.
No, I think so.
A lot more fun. Oh, we got a caller.
1-615-477-9972.
Yep.
Because it could be some scam.
Okay. Bob.
Mike.
Yeah. So this is Bob Sullins. I work with him.
Bob, is it okay if I call you Bob Barker?
Yeah, or B squared, double B.
B squared. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Appreciate you calling in. Where are we running to?
We're moving. We just finished talking about Texas A&M, South Carolina, and we are moving to the Kentucky-Tennessee game, Bobby.
Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing there, Bob.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on.
So, Bob, are you a Kentucky fan?
Okay. Now you can't call me Bob Square anymore. No. No,
That's okay, Bob. I was at Tennessee with Peyton. I was at Tennessee with Peyton, so we're on the same page, I think.
Yeah, I don't hate them though. It's not our worst rival by far.
It ain't like they ever beat us.
Yeah. Kentucky football doesn't beat Tennessee too often.
No. And now here lately, Tennessee's been putting it down in basketball to them too.
Yeah.
And hey, baseball. I don't know if you heard, we got a natty.
I like you more and more by the minute here, Bob. I like it.
I don't know if I'm going to let Bobby call in much after this.
Well, you know,
we did flip a Vandy recruit the other day, and we just got the number one recruit out of the state of Missouri too. Hello, am I still on?
Yeah. You got the crowd, the in-studio crowd.
Man, Bobby, you popping it off today.
Oh, Lordy.
So, Bobby, before we get in, I asked you about Tennessee, Kentucky. You made the board. I don't know if you've watched live tonight, but our board behind us. On October 12th, when you picked, you were tied for first at 4-3.
Nice.
Against the spread, yep.
Nice. I did not get to watch, but it's rare I'm number one. But
Bobby Sully. Bobby Sully, huh?
Yeah, B12 Sully.
Yeah, B12 Sully.
That's right.
That's me. Awesome. That's great news.
So yeah.
But you didn't win the salt there, Bobby, because you didn't beat the Claymaker.
I don't think we made that bet back then.
No, maybe we didn't.
But no, he didn't win.
Man, you're like a long time listener. First time caller, long time listener. Yeah.
That's right. I'm in the background, kind of like you don't even know I'm there,
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. You can be like the Paul Feinbaum first time caller, baby.
That's right. That's right.
And anytime you mention a Tennessee natty, that always makes me smile, my friend.
Did I say we had a natty? Did I mention that?
Yeah, you did. Baseball.
Yeah. I was around for the '98, natty as well. Carlos Price,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You hadn't been knocked till you were Ray Knock Thompson?
Yeah.
I remember people saying that.
It's funny.
Do you know Ray Knock Thompson, Bobby?
I do not, but I know who. I do not know him personally, but I do.
That's what I mean.
Did you go to Tennessee, Bobby?
I did not. I went to MTSU.
Oh, you a Mitsu boy?
Yeah, Blue Raider.
You mean they had colleges back then?
Well, they did, but I had to walk from Mount Juliet, in the snow.
Uphill both ways.
We didn't have lunch. You had to pack your own lunch. Metal lunch cans.
Man, you got the crowd going.
Yeah.
So the spread of this game is 16.5.
16.5. That's correct, sir.
What do you think about it? Is it doable?
I do not like the spread.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I do not like the spread.
So are you calling Tennessee to win it, but not by that much?
I am. I'm gonna say like 14.5. I think Kentucky's got to bring it this game. I like our defense, and it's one time I'd love to be wrong, but I think Kentucky's at a crossroads where we're probably going to see maybe one of their best efforts. Then they lose to Auburn last week at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're done.
Yeah, 3-5. We were talking about. Do you think Mark is on the hot seat?
Oh, that seat is on fire.
Ooh, that's what I like to hear. Like them hot seat talks.
Yeah, it's on fire. And I think he's a good coach, but, you lose how many home games now? South Carolina, Auburn.
And Vandy. Lost to Vandy. Yeah.
Yeah, so
which one's the most painful, though? I think that's the question, right? Which one is the most painful?
Losing to Vandy at home.
You think Vandy's the most painful?
The way they were talking
about this season.
For UK.
I think Auburn is the most painful.
See, I think South Carolina, and here's why. This is just my opinion. They had the big, SEC Network, game day there with SEC Network, place was packed. Brought Stoops on stage, had the crowd fired up, then they go out there. And they go out there and just
that was with South Carolina?
Oh, yeah. It was not ESPN. It was SEC.
Oh, the
Network.
SEC.
And South Carolina just whooped up on them too. I mean, physically, just what I hope Tennessee does Saturday.
Yeah.
Like it was like brutal. Like I think half the crowd was gone. Maybe second snap of the game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Was that early on? That was early on in the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was real early.
Yep. Sure was. I don't know. I'm just not feeling that spread. Like I said, I hope to be wrong. There's some Tennessee fans saying, "Hey, let's break the scoring record." I
forgot how bad that was. 31-6. That's a big. Yeah. That's a big whipping.
Yeah.
Kentucky's defense is good, but I don't think they're going to score. Maybe a field goal at most. I'm looking at 17-3.
Yeah, and I think Squirrel White's going to possibly be out, and Matthews, the freshman, is going to get some wide receiver time.
That was the conversation you and I had. Remember, we talked about how Tom said.
Yeah, we talked about
Squirrel White was hurt
with UT.
Yeah, I guess he's played the last 2 games banged up, and maybe
couldn't even catch the ball. And Tom was like, "Why is Squirrel White out there?" But Tom was saying something about Tennessee's backup receivers are great.
This Matthews kid, they're saying if they don't play him, and I don't know who they is, that he might end up, if they don't watch him in the portal, because he was a 5-star, big stud coming out, and he has not got the playing time that they wanted. But Heupel's talking about he really wants to see him step up in the back part of the schedule, and that starts now. So Saturday could be a good time for him to do that. Squirrel get a rest before I think Mississippi State's next. After this one.
Oh, you got 2 good. Well, I won't say easy, but
nothing's easy, Mike. It's the SEC.
You're right. But I just so my question is, we're talking about this, if they're playing Squirrel White hurt, then in practice they're not impressed with that freshman.
Well, here's the deal, right? They held Nico back last year.
Well, yeah,
on purpose.
And I could understand that.
And I think they're doing the same thing to Matthews. Matthews is a freshman, is he not?
Yes,
Bobby.
Yes.
So I think Heupel has a thing where he says, "No, the freshmen are not going to start."
Yeah.
And my understanding is Matthews is really good. Now Nico has not turned out to be as good as everybody talked he was too, though.
Yeah.
Well, the kid out of Tulane has been the one that's really. I always butcher his name. Is it? Brazel. I can't.
Yeah, Brazel. Brazel's been on fire.
He came from Tulane.
He's the one that made the huge catch against Bama laid out.
Yep.
But
Brazel's been something. He's been something.
Transfer portal guy, but I did see today that Squirrel White still is tied with Brew McCoy for I think they both have 20 catches on the year, which. Squirrel being banged up, and he's still tied with Brew McCoy. They got a lot to spread it out, but they've ran the ball so darn much. That's what's been impressive.
I've been surprised with how much they ran the ball.
Well, Sampson, man, I think he's going to be. I think he might be a second, third rounder. He might be a mid-second if he keeps up like he is. But evidently, he's a leader. And
Look at those numbers. 838 rushing yards for Sampson.
I think, is he leading the SEC still? I know he was.
I don't know. Man, 17 touchdowns?
Yeah, I'd say he's up there if he ain't. I'd say he probably is. Yeah.
Yeah. They may just do that. I mean, they may get Cruz and say, hey, let's keep handing him the ball.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, and that would be fine, yeah. I just don't think, after watching Kentucky live when we went up there and watched Vandy.
That's right. You were there. Yeah.
Their offense, they make too many mistakes.
I may be rethinking my pick on Auburn. So you mentioned rushing stats, right?
Yeah.
And I did a quick search.
Okay, so Auburn's running back.
Auburn's running back is the number 1 rusher in the SEC.
So he went off last week, didn't he, against Kentucky? Yeah.
He's got 863. Now, I will, okay.
So the other side of that coin, right? So if Auburn just put it to Kentucky with rushing, and Tennessee's rushing like they're doing,
they'll run it. They'll keep it on the ground.
They're just going to run it right through the throat.
And I'll say, I do remember Vandy ran, Pavia has the most rushing yards for Vandy, but I do remember their running back.
Diego Pavia is the number 6 rusher in the SEC.
Yeah.
I was about to say he
Holy
is. Yeah,
crap!
Yeah, but Vandy's running back ran all over, or not all over, but had good rushing yards.
Alexander is the
Kentucky.
number 12 running.
Yeah.
Number 12 rusher. Pavia, the quarterback, is number 1 rusher for. Hey, this is what talking about Taylor Green. Look at that. He's quarterback and he's rusher. Number 17 rusher in the
Arkansas.
SEC.
You're just getting excited with all these stats.
This
Calm
is
down,
getting me excited. You got me excited, Bobby.
I took you there. We started talking about rushing. Yeah,
you got me excited. Rushing the ball. That's old school, bruise them on the line football.
Who gets excited about rushing the ball?
Let me tell you something. That's
I do.
dude. That was the.
You're old, Bobby. I can see.
But Bobby, was that not the way that that they won the national championship in '98? Was it not?
Oh yeah. We ran the heck out of the ball.
When you run the ball, you eat up the clock. You shut them down. You control the ball.
And you open up the passing game.
But see, now I'm starting to rethink my pick on the Auburn game and the Texas A&M game because Le'Veon Moss is
You've already locked your picks in.
Gummit. Bobby, why did you call in earlier? I swear.
Man. Grandkids. Is it too late to make my picks? Have I missed it?
No. You need to get on. So just go to secfootballreview.com and go down to the bottom and then click the picks.
Make your picks. No, and you got till Saturday morning before we cut it off before the first game starts.
Yeah, before first game. Yep.
So you got time.
Well, technically we don't cut it off because I'm too busy watching football to cut it off.
So I've got a question for y'all.
All right.
Do we have discussions outside of SEC football?
No, not on this show.
Okay.
We maybe when we get to the national championship, we will. Jason wishes we had a conversation about Notre Dame every game, every show.
Been chiming in about Notre Dame. So, and as we get closer to playoffs, we'll start talking more about it.
Yeah.
There's just a big one Saturday.
Yes.
I want to hear. So tell me what you think, Bobby. Give me your feedback here. I want to hear what you got to say.
No, I brought it up. Penn State, Ohio State.
That's a big one Saturday. Somebody's going to drop from.
You know how that ties into SEC?
70-80% playoff chance. Somebody's going to drop down. Like, Ohio State loses. That's 2 losses, man.
I think
that hurt.
Yeah, I'm not sure they make it if they lose that game.
But you know how we pull that game into the SEC, don't you?
How?
James Franklin.
Oh yeah, that's how we get that game.
That's how that becomes.
Never mind. I should have brought it
He doesn't like
Bobby says, forget that.
He doesn't like the
forget that. Yeah, never mind.
See, Bobby, I got an undergrad from Tennessee, but I got an MBA from Vandy, bro.
That's all right.
I'm sitting with a nerd
impressive.
here. Yeah.
That's impressive.
It is
Yeah, it don't really mean nothing. It just means I work my ass off. Oh, this is a family show. You're supposed to buzz me
Ellis
out.
is watching. Dude.
Ellis is watching the show, bro. Dadgummit. I've had too many old fashions. My wife gave me some old fashioned before I popped into the show. So.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to have to come in live then for that.
But Bobby, you can call in again when we get closer, talking more about playoffs and outside playoffs. Yeah, chime in.
We're thinking about doing some multiple playoff shows, so we'll see.
That'd be great.
So you're picking Tennessee not to cover or cover?
Well, that's what I told you. I could change by the time I click my pick. But right now,
you can say it now, but
he's trying to stir the pot now. He's like, see, he's trying to pull a me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, this second, I don't think they will cover.
Okay.
I'm thinking like a 34-20 or something along that range.
Kentucky's not scoring 20 on Tennessee.
I
think it's going to be a lower scoring game, but I don't think they're going to cover either.
Yeah, I would take the under.
28-17 or I don't know 14. I think they may start running the ball, running the clock.
Your defense has problems if Kentucky scores 20 points. I'll say that right now. No, I just don't see. After seeing Kentucky, I'm telling you, I don't think they can score. I could be wrong, but.
Well, Texas, I picked to not cover, didn't I?
I don't know. I have no faith in Kentucky's offense.
How was their line play on both sides of the ball? I've not really paid attention to that. Evidently, they are getting dominated on the defensive line.
Yeah, they ran a little bit on Vanderbilt, their offensive line, but they make so many mistakes.
I know they had a lot of penalties.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they shoot themselves in the foot all the time. So I have no faith in Kentucky, and I think after losing at home to Auburn, I bet they've cashed it in for the year.
Let's see. Kentucky's top
I could be
scoring
wrong,
game. They scored 10 against Auburn, 20 against Florida. Is this Kentucky? Yeah, 20 against Florida, 13 against Vandy, 17 against Ole Miss.
No, they scored 20 against Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah, because they won that game.
20 is the most they've scored in the SEC game.
Yeah,
How many?
Ohio
What they
doesn't.
score against South Carolina? Like 10 or something.
6.
6.
Yeah.
I knew they beat up. Yeah.
So, but we're going to start to wrap this up, I believe.
Thank you
But
so
make
much
your
for
pick.
calling in. Be sure to make your
Yeah.
picks there, Bobby.
I'll do it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you
All
for
right.
calling in, brother.
Take care,
All
Bobby.
right. All right. See you. Bye.
Bobby's calling in for my team, bro. Mentioning Russian, and all of a sudden I get all excited
I know it. Shout
because I'm
out.
seeing Dylan Sampson popping it off at 8:38.
Yeah, they'll run all over Kentucky. They'll run all over them.
Traditional Tennessee football.
Arkansas fan chimed in.
Woo Pig Suey.
Yeah, that is the guy that provided this caddy.
Oh, it
uniform.
is.
Yeah, Justin Pillmore. So
Justin Pillmore, the
thanks for
legend.
watching, yeah.
The legend. Thank you so
provided
much for
my,
watching.
Costume.
He
outfit.
called in just to let
So-
you know that he watched to see you wear your
Yeah,
caddy
that's
outfit.
cool, man. I gotta give him a shout out because it's a cool. I wore it at a golf scramble 2 weeks ago. Got a lot of compliments on it. So
Good man, Justin. You're a good man. It's nice to see Michael wearing something respectable for once.
yeah. Oh, he wants me to do the woo pig suey cut. Man, that'd be hard for me to do. I remember.
He just called you the man. You got to do it now.
Oh man, I don't know. I can't remember unless.
Woo Pig Suey.
Well, they do woo.
Oh yeah, they did.
Woo, and then it's a build up, and then pig suey.
I wonder if we can bring it up on YouTube.
Yeah, but thanks for tuning in. I think we've covered every game of the SEC, and Justin, make your picks. Go on.
SECFootballReview.com.
Yep.
And looking at the SEC championship, just kind of close us out now that we're getting a little bit closer. Right now, looking at a standing situation where Texas A&M is 5-0. We've already talked about how we don't feel like Texas A&M has not really played a lot of SEC teams.
But I told you I'm on the A&M bandwagon right now.
I know you are. Well, they're in my Missouri category where I think they're overrated. Then we got UGA at 4-1, Texas at 3-1, Tennessee at 3-1, LSU at 3-1, and then Bama still thinks they're going to do something at 3-2.
3-2, yeah.
And Missouri still thinks they're going to do something at 2-2,
Yeah.
but that ain't going to happen. And I don't think Ole Miss is going to be doing anything at 2-2 either. But okay,
Yeah.
we'll let them think that.
I mean,
Welcome to the SEC, though, baby.
Yeah.
5-0, and then 4-1, 3-1, 3-1, and 3-1. That's about as exciting as football as you're gonna get,
and
baby.
right now with about 4 games left for everybody, from LSU to Texas A&M, they all have a shot at getting in the SEC championship game.
Oh, yeah.
5 teams are still, and I guess
Oh, yeah.
Alabama may still have an outside shot. I don't
Nothing
know.
like SEC football to get for an
No.
exciting season. Thank you again, Michael. What show number is this?
Show number 8, and fun show. Fun every week's getting more fun. We're getting better with putting out shorts.
All kinds of
Go on our
exciting stuff.
YouTube channel, subscribe, and we're starting to put out more clips and shorts of these shows. Thank y'all for watching. We hope you're entertained.
This has been a production of Scott Social Media.
Take care.